to everyone who's donated. Please keep them coming in. And over to you guys when you're ready.
Okay, so hello everybody. I am the Thebpg13, and I'll be running the Simpsons run for you today. I've got a co-commentator with me today, Mr. Grizzbear. He'll be mainly filling in with the bits that I can't do during some parts of the run. But yeah, it should be a good run. So if we're ready on time, I presume we are. Are we all good? Yeah. Okay, right. So on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so first things first, we've got like a 40-second cutscene, so I can explain things really quickly. So all story missions mainly involves completing every mission in the game in the fastest time possible, of course. We will be using warping between missions just to make things that little bit easier and to make sure everything goes to plan. I believe we did have a question earlier explaining which, in terms of the GameCube version having any differences or anything like that. There is version differences. GameCube has faster load times than Xbox does, but Xbox is usually the better looking game of the three consoles, and PS2 is just bad. Obviously PC is quicker. So first of all, we have a loading screen. Study, 90% of video games start with easy tutorial level. Yeah, pretty good start. So, first mission. I'm actually going to quickly disable tutorials. This is actually part of the game. So we have the Cola Caper. And this is actually quite funny because in the actual cutscene when he's talking to Marge, he mentions about one of the kids supposedly eating some of the ice cream, and he's like, it's probably one of our kids, probably Milhouse. So obviously he doesn't even know his own kids. We're talking about Homer Simpson here. So we'll be getting a couple of vending machines throughout the entire run, and obviously some boxes and stuff like that. There's a certain route which we're going to take, but I'll try and explain as we go. If I do forget stuff, I do apologise. Well, this is what I meant about using the menu to go between missions. So, first mission, this is the proper mission. That first one's an introductory. So the first one is SMRT. We've got to race Principal Skinner to the school and take Lisa her project. Now on the route we are going to get some coins and stuff like that. And whilst we're also at the start of this route, the start of the run, sorry, I should quickly mention there are strats which the record uses which I won't be attempting just because to play it safe, essentially. That's all I'm doing. So essentially we use the reset here, and that actually puts us a lot further ahead on the road and allows us to jump miles ahead of Skinner. Now Skinner's car is relatively slow, it's not great, so we can beat him pretty easy, and we can also get these boxes here, as shown here. Now traffic, I will mention, is completely RNG. Might get a couple of cars that appear in the way, such as there, so thank you very much for that car. And ideally there's a certain goal, let's say coin goal between each level that most of the runners use. Now I don't actually keep mind of this goal, and instead just kind of run with it and just hope I've got enough coins for the next one. So I kind of go with each one and hope that everything works. But yeah, I don't know, do you want to explain anything, Grizz, in particular?
One thing that I've noticed straight away is that whenever Viper's going to get in the car, he's always jumping on top of it. That's because when you're jumping on top of a car, or when you can't get in the car properly, it will just warp you inside of the car, and that's actually slightly quicker than just walking to the door, running to the door, and then opening it and getting in. So he's going to be doing that as much as possible during the run. In terms of coin route, the coin route is not so strict that you won't be able to collect coins here and there, but you do get an extra couple of coins just by like hitting the tree or hitting the throwing boost or hitting signs of high heights, so absolutely anything.
Or trees.
So
trees are not indestructible in this game. Ha 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 ha.
So the coin route is actually very lax in a way, but there is in terms of vending machines and the coin boxes and wasps that he will have to get in order to make sure that he does have enough coins for the individual levels. So such as here, he's collecting the box and the vending machine. There's another vending machine behind the Krusty Burger that we just drove past, which you'll be getting later because it's actually quicker going to get that on a different route.
That's great, yeah. Also, the soundtrack in this game, what do you reckon?
The soundtrack in this game is pretty lit. I mean...
Yeah. It came out in 2003, I think this is?
It is pretty old, so 2003 sounds about right to me there.
But it's one of them games, really. I mean, I think this game, to a lot of people, may have played in their childhood, and a lot of people see it as the GTA clone. It's like, oh, there we go. So it's essentially been seen as a GTA clone. I think everybody sees it as that, and to be honest, I don't blame you, because it has a lot of aspects that GTA has. The only difference being there is violence, albeit there's no blood or anything like that. You get a slight tad, I mean a slight tad of swearing. However, it's very minor, so not much to kind of like panic about and things like that. Also, I'm going to park the car there. There's a main reason for this. So for some weird reason, hopefully I get it. Yeah, it's there. I actually missed the jump there. I forgot the camera changes. But essentially what happens is if you park your car too close to a character, for example, you'll find that the car actually despawns for a few seconds, and it's only up until a certain, should we say, sound effect comes up that you'll actually hear it. So for example, you might hear this like a slight bubble, perhaps, like a slight pop, and then when you hear that pop, the menu actually becomes, instead of being stuck on the mission, the main mission bit, so it'd be like pause, restart, cancel, etc. You actually get something a bit different. Also, we're going to hit Lenny. He didn't go very far, but that's fine, as long as you don't go too far.
So what Viper was trying to do there, was trying to push Lenny as close to Barney as possible. That just makes it a lot quicker to start the mission, get the car that he needs, which is the Plough King.
Yeah. Funnily enough, we're not actually going to use this vehicle. Even though it's recommended you have to actually buy it, you don't actually have to use it. I think Liquid, actually, that was very nice of him. Basically, Liquid Wi-Fi, who's I think, the record holder for this game by quite some margin on PC. I don't know if it was him that found this, but it was found that if you get in one of these cars, you can basically skip not having to use the Plough King, and it's also a lot quicker because the Plough King sucks in terms of speed. Its strength is probably, I'd say, unparalleled. I don't know how you pronounce that. But essentially, what you want to do is use that to ram Smithers. There is a strat which I'm going to try and get. Let's see if I can get it. No, I'm not going to get it. He's not going fast enough. Okay, so the idea of this one was to try and get him into the house and get him stuck. But instead, we're going to have to go a bit different. So we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Ram him. Now, there is like an invisible, for some weird reason, invisible collision detection between a few bits and pieces. Also, he's really being a pain in the ass today. Very nice for this. Okay, let's hope I can get the old one that I used to do.
Can I just interrupt quickly?
Yeah, go for it.
So we have a $100 donation from Zorby.
Very nice.
Message, hello, it's me, Zorby. Greetings from Switzerland.
Thank you very much. Hi, Switzerland. I know, hello, Switzerland. Worst strat of the game, I know. Also, sorry, we've done that mission. We've blown up Smithers, which is funny because it's like, essentially, what's just happened? How do we explain the mission? So, the main concept behind that last mission is basically Homer was running late for work, and the only way he could get to work, being late, but without being caught, was via destroying his manager's car. Yeah. So next time you're running late, you might want to try and destroy your manager's car.
Works every time. I've tried it.
So it's one of those things that we do in this run. Obviously, not all strats I'm going to try and use here because some are, let's say, I would say riskier than others. I don't think that any strats is actually risky. Also, I'm going to get this vending machine here and collect them coins. Very nice. So that one's very quick, which is nice. And also, there's going to be that meltdown in the nuclear power plant. Well, there was, and we just skipped. But, yeah, so in terms of like this game and everything, how everything runs, it runs like clockwork, essentially. We also have a cutscene coming up for about 30 seconds, so I literally don't have to do anything for about 30 seconds. But we have like, what is it? So it's like, say, in Blind Big Brother, he's worried about some like couplings that are interfering with the signal, I think it is. So he's like, oh, if I destroy them, then the WAS cameras will disappear. So that's what he thought, and turns out they're all over town. According to Mayor Quimby, of course. Here we go. Ready? Where is the sexy footage?
The biggest question of this game.
Yeah, where is the sexy footage?
It's probably on somebody's Tumblr.
Yeah, true. The funny thing is, I think somebody's actually just mentioned it, Crazy Taxi. This has a lot in common with, obviously, GTA, which I mentioned already, but yeah, I think Crazy Taxi and Road Rage, Simpsons Road Rage had a case a couple of years ago. I say a couple of years ago, it was probably like 12 years ago or something. But this one, I don't think went under the same mark. It didn't actually go to court with Rockstar, even though it's clearly a rip-off of the Grand Theft Auto series in the Simpsons universe. So, on PC usually, they'll often reset on this mission straight away, but because of the loading times for the consoles, we don't actually bother doing that. Also, I'm ahead of the van right now. This is actually good. So he's faster than me, that's not bad. That's a decent thing. So I'm going to try and get a couple of wasps on this. Now, I'm not expecting to get them all. It would be nice if I could get them all. So this is the first one here. I completely missed him. Completely missed. I need to make sure that whatever I do not lose the van. Unfortunately, he goes slow if you don't keep up with him. So it's essential that I do keep up with him. And every now and again, he will hit this barn. And he didn't hit the barn. Nice. Okay, so I actually collect a couple of things in this. Now, the crime route that some of the, you know, the main other runners will do will often get coins at different points. I actually stop and get this one here. I think some runners do this. I could be wrong. But essentially, this vending machine here, I can just grab that there, just like that. And hopefully, yes, I got it perfect. Okay, so I actually want to leave the van to run over these guys. So if you hit somebody, notice how you've got this little felony meter on the right hand side. That goes up by, say, let's say 5, which is one of the segments. Also, can I get I got both wasps! First try. Yes. Nice. So essentially that fills up with, let's say, 5 damage points, or 5 felony points. If you hit a lamppost, it goes up to like 2, stuff like that. Also, we can actually hit a couple of trees here, get some coins, wait for the little pop, and then we go to the next mission. It's kind of hard to explain as I'm going, so I'll let you explain a bit if that's alright, Chris.
Yeah, no problem. I'll try and explain as much as possible. Bearing in mind that I don't actually run this game, I've just seen a fair bit of runs of this game. So you'll see over the course of the run that a lot of these missions are going to look fairly similar. In the case of chases, staying behind the target vehicle or so forth. This is one of those missions where you have to bash into a vehicle enough times to actually make it drop an item and then pick up that item. So all these Vipers doing at the minute is just staying in front of them to stop them going from stop them moving around too much, so that you can quickly just reverse, head straight back into them, and then make them drop an item. Unfortunately, you do get away a little bit there, but that's just pretty simple. Chase him back down and just ram his arse a couple of times, and then get the boxes to drop out of him. The way that the boxes do drop is a little bit weird, because you can actually get some that spawn inside of like a building or so like that. So he's trying to knock him in such a way that the boxes will stay out on the road, so he can actually collect them. Another thing to take note of that, whenever a Viper will drive over a box or a vending machine, the coins will just immediately walk to him so that they collect them. They only do that when you're inside of a vehicle, so he wants to knock off as much boxes and vending machines and collect as many coins. Yeah, in a vehicle to collect as much coins as possible, which makes the coin route a little bit safer and a little bit easier to do.
There we go.
So because we used Marge's vehicle there, we have to actually go and spawn our vehicle again, otherwise we wouldn't have anything there. So he just quickly runs over to the phone booth to spawn the family sedan, so that we can use this to bash Carl a little bit to get him inside of the nuclear power plant. And there's a main reason for that, because when we actually start the mission, we will start the mission actually inside the power plant. So instead of driving all around the outside of Springfield, we can actually start the race, which is coming up, inside from the power plant, which cuts out essentially half of the distance that you need to drive.
Pretty much. Now, there is 2 ways you can do it. Now, I do it that way because originally the main way of doing said strat is you mainly do it via going from, say, where the standing start is. You just reverse towards the door, reset, and the car will supposedly warp through it or glitch through the door. I've tried to do that in the past in the Xbox version, and for some strange reason, it probably does work. I'm just no good at finding like the good, like the biting point, the sweet spot. But my alternate strategy, which is something I used to use when I used to speedrun this game many years ago, was essentially just pushing him in. Also, because Mr. Burns is our, let's say, our boss, we're obviously going to just literally whack him because we can.
But slam your boss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, best advice.
Exactly. If you don't like your manager, just don't do that. We can do it in games, which is fine, just we can't do it here. So funnily enough, notice how we've got these two black lines and we've got the, we have to wait for the cutscene to load in. Notice how when we had to do the last mission on the first level, that we mainly had to get things going the right way. So by that I mean, oop, come on, give me a car. Why is no one giving me a car today? I don't want that. Give me something else.
No, that van's very
Give me
slow.
something. That'll do. Sedan should do the trick. I actually wanted a sports car, but this will do. Sedan's better than nothing, I suppose. It's not often I drive this car. Also, Principal Skinner. Oh no. I swallowed my gum. Quick, to the emergency room. Also, did he get stuck? Ooh, sort of. Okay, so the only thing is with Skinner, I actually tried to, like I said, I tried to get a sports car before. It's supposedly quicker to just get in a traffic car and escape Skinner in this. So there we go. Sometimes that actually doesn't work, taking that route for some reason, and our car will despawn, which is a shame, but never mind. Also, I'm gonna have to wait, so I'm just gonna keep spamming Y. And rather than actually spawn to the next mission, we're just gonna do this. Sorry, Kerner. I think it's Kerner. Yeah, it's Kerner. We're just gonna use this car. Now, originally, I think people used to go and get a sports car or something like that because it was right there. But because you use it in this first mission, you essentially save, I think, 5 seconds maybe, if that. Because you've essentially got the car you need. And the thing is with traffic cars, this is like where the traffic cars have an advantage. So notice that when I go to get in a traffic car, that I instantly warp in. There's none of this getting. Also, that's pretty good that I got the wasp early. Essentially, rather than warping in, jumping on the car and messing about, you don't have to do anything like that. You don't have to do anything like that. You can literally just click enter and you're immediately in. So it's pretty quick to do it. Also, remember Mo from the TV show? Yeah, he supposedly says, I'll just quickly bring you up to speed with that. But what he says there is he's like, sorry, Bart, I can't serve an underage minor in my bar. But what he will sell him is bags of blood for Grandpa, and he will sell him illegal fireworks. So yeah, just most standard, I guess.
Well, technically he's not really selling anything because no coin exchange happens, so he's technically just giving Bart the items. He's not selling anything, so it's fine, isn't it?
Point taken, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good point. Also, I forget how this car actually sounds because I don't use it very often. Hopefully, yeah, I got it. I've literally just spotted it right on the edge. Nice. So we've got Chief Wiggum, which is actually going to chase us in a minute. And what we need to make sure we do is hopefully the traffic doesn't spawn too bad. Now, traffic spawn in this game, funnily enough, similar to Grand Theft Auto, can actually be despawned. So if you look back like that, notice how the cars just changed then. That is something that we use to our advantage. I'm actually going to grab this real quick whilst I'm here, because I've got time. I can do it. But essentially what we want to do here is, I didn't know I could knock Ralph over with one of those, but first time I've ever managed to do that. Traffic be good, be good, be good. Oh, Wiggum didn't get stuck. No. Okay, right. I've got a backup plan. So usually he gets stuck there. So here's my backup plan. You might recognise this, Chris, from what we did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This for some weird reason seemed to work. Okay, this is not working.
Yeah, it might have worked last time because you had the sports car, which is slightly faster. So.
Right, I want him to come up here. Come up here, Wiggum. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
As you can see, AI driving in this is incredibly good.
Right, I'm going to hope that he doesn't get out there. No, he's got out there. Hang on,
Yeah,
wait.
seems
Can we
alright.
get? Can we get? Yes.
Yes,
Right,
he's
okay, we got him. So usually I'm actually still going to do like the normal route, so I'm going to just quickly get this vending machine here and that. Also, here's Comic Book Guy, right on schedule. So usually, competent Wiggum, damn right. Usually you just you cut through like that little side bit there, and he usually, if he gets stuck normally, and then obviously you can just escape him pretty quick. Doesn't seem like he wants to do that in this run. Also, we missed the wasp, so I'm going to have to get that later, I think. I can still get these, though. So them little stands that you get, they provide you with 5 coins each. And they do come in useful because obviously every coin counts, everything works. Also, who races to a Java server? I don't know anybody that races to a Java server. Apparently these guys do. But then again, it was 2003, so anything can happen. There is a chance that I could get a sports car at the end of this mission. If I don't, then a taxi is the best alternative. And spawn, please. Taxi, right. A taxi is good enough. So essentially, what we're doing there by getting into a car, like I said, we'd get a sports car normally, but a taxi is the second best. This is essentially for this mission, and it makes getting into into this car a lot quicker. Also, another soundtrack, one of my favourites. Hopefully we can get this wasp and the box. Nope, I can get the wasp, and I completely missed the box. Sorry, no, all the way around. I got the box and not the wasp. So there is a couple of strats. I will just say this now. There's one that involves pushing this guy up there, up that ramp. We're not going to do that, just because I've never been able to get it. So I'm just playing it safe, like I said. Also, destroy that. Free 10 coins for us. Thank you very much. So funnily enough, there is like a box and stuff that I can get whilst actually doing this run. Funnily enough, he's gone the way I didn't expect him to go. Okay, so one of the main things with this, he can get stuck. His AI is really messed up. Right, come on, van. Funnily enough, the vans that were black vans is now black van delivery service or something, pizza delivery. Don't get stuck, don't get stuck. He didn't get stuck. He did get stuck on a taxi though. Never mind, it's fine. Okay, so one thing I need to do is I need to make sure that I get... Yes, I can easily get it from here. There. And instantly spawn into my car, and he's took out somebody straight away. Right, okay. Don't knock over Wiggum, please don't knock over him. That's fine. Phew. Okay, so you notice the red line that appears. Yeah, that red line is quite important. When it starts to flash like that, we end up getting hit and run if the police lights, shall we say, start to flash. And also, funnily enough, little glitchy mess there we get. Spawning gun. So, this actually involves us to race against Snake. We don't have to do that. No. We use the reset. And ta-da, that's half the race done, essentially. We're in the lead by a country mile. If I wanted to at this current moment, I could potentially swap cars and still win the race by a country mile. But I'm obviously not going to do that. Like I said, play it safe, just take it easy, so on. But yeah, it's not going too bad to be honest so far. I think my coin route is slightly off because I did miss the wasp, but this is not that bad because I can always try and get this wasp here. If I don't get it here, then I may have to pick it up later. The reason being for like picking up certain wasps. Oh, thank God, we picked it up there. Nice. Okay, so that saves me a job for going back later. So here we go. So it's essentially that I make sure that keep my coin route up to date and that I'm hitting the wasps that I do hit and getting the boxes that I need to. But you'll see that like we had a black screen there at the end of that mission, and funnily enough, during the black screen you can move. So even though if you run backwards, as in away from the camera, that's actually where the satellite dish is. So if you run there, when the game comes back around, it'll register you actually getting said satellite dish, like it showed before. I say satellite dish, the radio I meant. Satellite dish is obviously what we're racing for in this one. But it's quite an interesting way of how everything all mixes together in terms of like the story for this game. Because you've got like Homer who's going on a bit of a rampage where he is. You've got Bart who's going on, I would say, a rampage with this one. But it's one of them games really. Its storyline is good if you can follow it properly. And actually no, the game's not that hard to follow now I think about it. The storyline's fairly simple, but all you need to know is it mainly involves aliens and an alien induction. I say alien induction, sorry, alien invasion. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, the storyline in this game is actually quite unique because it is basically a Simpsons episode put into a game format.
Yeah.
But what we're doing with Bart, if I remember correctly, because it has been some time since I've actually played through this game casually, is he's going around collecting items for Dr. Is it Frink? Is that it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
He's going around collecting items for Dr. Frink to put together some kind of device because I think Dr. Frink is convinced that there's an alien invasion coming.
Yeah.
And he's trying to collect these items
he's building a Truckosaurus, which is like a big robot thing made out of a truck.
Yes, that's right.
He's just mad.
I forget what happens in these cutscenes because, like I say, it has been a long time since I played this game casually. But like in terms of speedrunning it, we try and skip some of the cutscenes between levels. So towards the end of this level, you'll see Viper trying to pause buffer so that we can mission warp into the next level.
Nice.
Without actually viewing that cutscene. But that's going to come up a little bit later, and we'll talk about that more in depth as it comes up. But now for the best soundtrack.
Monkey see, monkey do. Oh yeah. If there's any sort of standout soundtrack for this game, it has to be this mission, just because of how it sounds. A lot of people will probably recognize this from this game more so than any other soundtrack out of the entire game. I think. I could be wrong because obviously everyone's got their own opinions and whatnot. So we actually have to buy Mr. Plow here. So if you remember the episode which has Mr. Plow, yep, we now get to drive him as Bart. Bear in mind how old Bart is. Like, this guy can't drive a truck. Nope. And worse still, we have to actually buy it off Homer. He's like, can I have your truck? And he's like, hey, you're going to have to pay up first. It's like, oh, come on, I'm your son. He's like, I don't care. You still have to pay me. Here we go. Yeah, pretty catchy. So funnily enough, there's a wasp there, which I'm not going to get. I never really get that in my run for some reason. Maybe I'm missing something by getting that, but nevertheless.
I think it's just kind of a luck-based thing, really. If you get like the correct position, and then you will get the wasp. But at the same time, the coin route is like structured enough so that you won't necessarily need to get that wasp because you got the other two wasps before. So it's not necessarily a major thing to get that wasp.
There is a few wasps that I need to get. So this one, for example, hopefully stays still. Yes, it does. And the instant warp into the car. So there is actually a couple of wasps that I'm going to be picking up here. There's one here, but I'm not going to pick him up here. This guy. If I get him just by accident, then that's coincidence. I just happen to get him. It's usually pot luck. Supposedly there is like, say, if you can get it properly, as in if you can nail, it's something to do with the height, if I remember correctly. Also, that was close. We need to get this. There we go. Nice. But the main point of it is that with some of the wasps, they've got a collision detection. I think they have to be lined up. For some weird reason, this seems to stick in my memory, but it's something to do with you get it lined up with the roof of the car. If you know where the roof of the car's collision detection is, that is. So even though usually I would respawn here, I'm not going to do that today because I'm going to collect them coins. And funnily enough, that helps me. That'll obviously help me in my coin route. I need to make sure my coin route's up to date personally. That's just like the main thing I need to keep up to date with. If we get the wasp there, we just happen to get the wasp. Yeah. So, oh thank God. That sounds like me saying my ovaries then. My God. So what I actually wanted to do there, which thankfully I did, I managed to knock a coin out of the what's it called, out the phone booth, is if you can get the car parts up vertically, say vertically, like lined up correctly. I mean, with the main, the main one, then it actually works out really well. Also, sellouts. Now, sellouts is a bit RNG, sort of. If you can nail this, then obviously you're on PB pace. It's not exactly the easiest mission, but I think a lot of practice is required for this. Funnily enough, when I did my practice the other day, this mission seemed to go down reasonably well. Also, I think I've already missed an opportunity to completely smash into pieces. This is fine. We can roll with it.
Yeah, what he was trying to do was he's trying to get them the sellout's car stuck behind one of those pillars so that it just backs and forward straight back into that pillar, damaging it every single time, and it's just a quick kill basically.
There we go. Luckily, he was going the same route as us, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Thankfully, because we got them wasps before, we don't actually need to get them. So we've got all like the wasps that we need to for this level. So here comes the second car, and he's going to be in real big trouble now, because not only can we push him into something, i.e. something like that, he can wreck himself. And the third car tends to do the same. So if I wait long enough, yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, okay, maybe not quite so much. I wanted to push him back against the wall. This is fine.
It's alright though, he only needs a little bit more of a love tap and then he's going to be down for the count. There we go.
Right, here we go. Last one. Okay, so if I can push him, yes. Sellouts is pretty hard if you try to do this as a first run. There we go. 628, right, that's a lot better than what I did in practice, I think. I say what a lot better I did in practice, I can't remember. Maybe it was, I don't really remember. Oh yeah, the cutscene skip's going up, yeah, I forgot about this.
So after he's done this mission, he drives back to Dr. Frink. He's going to let the mission finish itself. He'll come up with a mission complete screen and he's going to start pause buffering. So he's going to mash pause button until the mission select icon for the menu is going to be blurred out or just a silhouette. So he can't actually do it. And you'll see here when it comes up, there it is. And
I love the fact that Frink went up in the air. He never usually does that.
No, it's a little bit of a weird, but
I love the fact it's like, uh-oh.
So what that's done is it's essentially skipped a 1.5 to 2 minute cutscene, I think.
Roughly, yeah, give or take.
It's not the longest cutscene skip that we get, but it's a significant time to skip. So it's not necessarily a run killer, but it's like 1.5 to 2 minutes worth of time loss if you don't actually get that mission skip.
So right at the start of level 3 here, you notice how I buy the cool outfit. That's because later in terms of like missions, we're gonna need the cool outfit, and rather than buy it at a later point, I'm actually just gonna buy it now, just so we can actually get it done properly. To kind of just fill in the blank with where Bart and Lisa's levels have changed. Also physics, as only they do.
This game's physics are absolutely terrible. You'll see,
they are, man.
especially when if he's going to go through this little alleyway here. There's like kind of a moving bar. If you hit that, it can do some really weird stuff with the physics of the car.
If it squashes you, you're literally going under the map, coming back out the other side, and it's like, yeah, so that just happened. Also, let's collect this. So we were going to collect an Itchy and Scratchy comic. Oh, that was it. Just to quickly fill in. Also, that was perfect. So, in terms of, say, for example, the actual game, like the story between that fills the buffer, I'm actually hopefully going to get this.
That was close.
Very close. Okay, so to fill the buffer between Bart's level and Lisa's level, Bart essentially got abducted by aliens, as you guys saw in the newspaper. But yeah, he gets abducted by aliens, and Lisa's essentially what she's doing in this level is she's doing missions with people, and the main idea obviously is to try and find her brother, essentially, because obviously he's been abducted, so it's like, oh, someone must know something. So we're going to get this, let's call the vending machine. And here's Millhouse. Also, there's a coin route coming up, so I will be collecting a lot of coins here.
Yeah. In terms of like when we this category, you do warp to a lot of missions, but you'll see that he doesn't warp to exactly every mission because he wants to collect coins on the way to some missions that are close by. So it's actually quicker to get the coins during that little time lapse where we can't actually warp to the mission and the mission doesn't proc. You get a tiny amount of time to actually go and collect like a vending machine or a box or anything like that, and that just makes the coin route a little bit easier at the same time, and it also speeds it up at the same time. Please don't get hit by the bar. That's good.
That was close. No, not that close, but it looks closer when you do it. And the funny thing is, well, yes, that is a female Mr. Burns, by the way. Everyone's like, is that a female Mr. Burns? Yes, that is a female Mr. Burns. What he would look like if he had a bra and knickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them images you really want to get out of your head as soon as. You actually want to forget the fact that there is such a thing as a female Mr. Burns. Like, complete with, obviously, like I said, bra and knickers. So, yeah. Bear in mind, this game was for 7+. I played this when I was 6, and, yeah, let's just say some of these games... Yeah, I know I shouldn't say stuff like that, but, you know. It's one of those things where you play a game when you're younger and it has a physical effect on you. Let's just say I had a hard time getting that image out of my head when I was 6. And the cutscene that we actually skipped, we essentially want to try... Oh, that was perfect as well. We want to, like... Sorry, that's what I want to say. In the cutscene, also collect all the coins before they disappear. Where's my car? Hopefully it's there.
Nice camera.
Yeah, nice camera. Okay, so I have 9 seconds left. Need to make sure my traffic isn't bad. Can I get it? It's usually pretty close with this. 2 seconds. Okay, cool. Right. Millhouse, do not... Okay. Thank God he didn't. Also, down you go!
Just knocking Millhouse off the side of a cliff.
Yeah, but what I was saying was the cutscene that had Bart get kidnapped, I watched that when I was 6, and it actually used to scare the crap out of me. Not now, it's just kind of like, eh.
Yeah,
Also, Bonfire of the Manatee. So this is the first big strat. I say big-ish. I don't know how this is going to go. Fingers crossed this goes well.
So what he's going to try and do with Cletus here is he's going to try and maneuver him in such a way that he gets caught in between this building here and just the corner of it. So this is exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to push Cletus into this corner so he can just reverse and drive forward into him. And this is one of those missions where we were saying before that you just have to bash into the vehicle so many times for it to drop the items, collect the items. But because of the way the hitboxes work, you can collect an item as he's dropping another one. So it just makes the mission a lot quicker. Otherwise, he would have to chase him down and just bash into him whenever and wherever he can to drop the items. But that was a very quick, very good strat to do, and just...
I'm actually glad that worked.
Yeah.
Because that's actually one of the main ones that actually screws me over as well.
Yeah, if you don't do that strat, it actually is a lot longer to kind of just follow Cletus around, bash into him where you can. It does waste a lot of time without that strat.
Funnily enough, that's what I used to do. I'm actually pretty glad that we got it work. Also, I'm going to get this.
Because why not?
Go. And it's just a bright light. So we've got Operation Hellfish coming up next. And also just do that quick skip there. So it loads in. So we need to buy the school bus. And this involves, again, another traffic car. It doesn't matter what we get. Anything that comes around the corner. There we go. That will do. Essentially, this car does not matter what you get. Preferably, you want it to show up as soon as possible. Just because of the fact that the quicker you do it, the better it gets. Also, physics. Nice. Okay, so we need to buy... If you buy this, it tends to be better. If you buy it early. Because you can actually get... We're going to get some wasps and a box now, and then restart the mission. There we go. Also, I don't know how old is Lisa? Like 9, 8, 9 years old.
Like 8 or 9. Definitely not old enough to be driving a school bus.
No,
that's for sure.
There we go. So essentially, what I'm doing there by getting those, them boxes, the wasps and the boxes, and then resetting. This essentially allows us to get some coins nice and early. Now, what I want to make sure I'm doing is, hopefully... Okay, so I'm damaging him by accident here. I don't want to be doing that. There we go. Okay. Okay, he's wrecked? Hopefully?
Nope.
I don't actually know if he's going to wreck. Can I wreck him? No, okay, like he's not wrecked somehow.
There we
go. He is now. One slight tap. Also, the school bus is, for me, probably the worst vehicle in the game to drive.
Yeah, the school bus is quite a heavy vehicle, and because of that, it's very, very slow and hard to control, but at the same time, its damage output is just incredible in terms of like the lighter sedans.
It's like, if you line up a hit against a car, it's enough to put it to black smoke, which essentially is, I would say game over, but it's essentially the best you can do.
Yeah.
This sedan's actually being a bit of a pain today. Hopefully he's not too bad now. Can I get him? Yes, I got him sideways. Right, so I want to make sure I get him before the jump. Well, it looks like it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. No, hang on, no, it might happen, hang on, hang on.
Nope.
No, he's
dodged
really
you.
going for it somehow. Okay, right.
So that's quite bad because you wanted to actually destroy the sedan before the jump, so that you can just drive straight up the jump and go straight across to the next part. But unfortunately, you had to go around the.
This does give me a bit more speed though.
It does give you a bit more speed, so
slightly,
you can
but it's
line
not a
this up
better thing. Also, I think we may get a hit and run here. Somehow. Something tells me we get a hit and run. So this sedan here should wreck himself because he's a fast sedan. The chase sedan is very quick. And if I can nail this. There we go. That was actually really well timed.
Yeah.
So I actually spawn the go on, there we go. So I spawn that that Malibu Stacy car because in the next mission after this, we need a fast car, and the Malibu Stacy is the fastest one we have up till now. Also, hopefully Snake's good to me here.
So this is one of those missions where you only have to follow a car, and it has set points where it could drop an item.
Yeah.
Snakes are actually quite consistent in the way they'll drop the item, so it's just a case of it's quite scripted, so you just need to follow them around enough. So
The problem is with the police car though on this mission is you tend to find that by using the police car you pick up less coins from stuff. Also, nice physics, Snake.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it seems weird. It's like, say if you knock over like a sign or a lamppost, usually you get a coin from it. Not in this, it seems.
Huh, odd.
Also, he dropped... Oh, thank God he dropped it. So, the bad strat on that one would have been if he got over the other side of that. If he got over the other side, we would have to still chase him and get that cola can, and we could potentially miss it. So it's essential that he dropped it as soon as, like, early on this side of the bridge. Because it means you've got to waste about another 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah, just driving around the other side of the bridge, isn't it? So it is a lot slower. But
also, whoa, it's always like
I kind of want to get squished though, because it does show like just how bad the physics in this game are when you do get squished by it.
Also, we're at 700 coins just. It's pretty mad. Also, we're at $705. I didn't even notice. Since when? we've got more money here than we have in coins, which is good. That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
If you'd like, I can jump in for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
We did hit the $507 mark. We've got a $5 donation from Silent Vid's more attractive bro. He says, running games by moonlight, making coffee by daylight, never running from a boss fight. He's the one named Silent Vid.
Nice. So on this mission, we've simply just got to go around and essentially, all it is, we're actually playing these missions normally now, so all we've got to do is, just go and get the fish. Just return the fish for some weird reason. The three-eyed fish that is iconic in The Simpsons. They don't have normal fish in The Simpsons. You just, no. They need the three-eyed fish, because all that nuclear waste from Mr. Burns' power plant have to drop into the water and fry the fish. I think that was the reason behind the three-eyed fish. I don't really remember the story too well.
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've watched The Simpsons. A long
Same
time.
here. How many seasons on now? Like 26 or something?
Oh, too many.
Maybe more. Too many count.
Too many.
I saw like they renewed the contract, so I was like, wow, okay, The Simpsons is still going. It's obviously there's one reason I think for that though. It's just a popular show.
Oh,
if
yeah.
it wasn't popular, it won't be in like what? It's 26th season. It's nearly as. Hang on, wait. How many seasons is The Simpsons up to? I think The Simpsons is up to 27, 28 seasons. I'm probably like 3 out here, but yeah, something like 27, 28 seasons.
It's definitely over.
For comparison,
25.
Bob Ross had 30 seasons of his Joys of Painting. Also, we're going to change it into the school bus here because we want to get him stuck, and we need a really tough car to do this. Oh, is it 30? So it's the exact same. Exactly the same as Bob Ross. No way.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Wow, that is a lot of seasons.
I didn't think they were in 30 seasons by now. I thought it was like 27 or 28. Or maybe a bit less than that. Okay, so I'm actually going to wait for the limo here. That's not what I meant to do, but we'll roll with it.
A little bit of extra damage, I guess.
Yeah. The main damage is actually going to come in a minute if I can get him stuck.
Yeah, it's not really going to speed it up in any way, because what he's going to try and do, he's going to try and get him stuck in the exact same place as a sedan. So he's going to...
And landed on him with good measure.
Okay.
Somehow. Also,
nice bus on limo action.
If I can, I will see if I can turn him around.
Yeah, he wants to kind of get him stuck
like that.
Yeah,
but I need to get past him, so it's like... Excuse me,
he
dude.
might get out there.
Is
No,
he?
I think he's actually gotten himself stuck again.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, he's got himself stuck. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
wicked. Okay, so I get this wasp on the beach. So like, what are you doing? You let him get away. It might look like I'm letting him get away. He's wrecking himself. I don't have to do anything.
Which gives us ample time to go and collect the wasp, collect a couple of boxes, and just build our coin count a little
do
bit.
that. Also, I've spawned the car the wrong way around. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a reverse 180 now on the school bus. This is gonna be fun. That went well.
Just to put it into perspective, The Simpsons started in 1989. I was not around at that time.
Neither was I.
That's how old this series is.
So what was that? 19 what?
1989, according to the Jack of Hearts.
So, that's, I don't even know now, 1989, so what that was like 9 years before I was born. Also, this doesn't seem to be working for some reason. See if I knock it a bit more.
So what he's trying to do is he's just trying to ever so slightly touch the lamppost so that we can actually get on top of the boat here with just a little bit of movement.
If I can, I will try my best to get on there. This has usually worked, I don't know why. Hey, wait. Oh, that
looks
might have worked. No, that did not work. Never mind. Okay, we're going to have to do the old-fashioned way. Old-fashioned way is going to have to be on the boat.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
It's a little bit quicker to do that.
There we go. I can still get on the boat. This is fine. Nice. I'm still going to have to get the coins that I normally do.
You do have plenty of time to get up here, though, so we still have at least 50 seconds here to get the coins that we need and then talk to Bart.
True. Usually I'm about a minute in front of this stage. Also, there, I kicked him, but only just at the end. I missed him. Shame. So, that's Lisa's level done. Now we're on to Marge. This is where things get a bit more interesting. Apu's the worst, by the way, in terms of levels. Not characters, just levels. You'll see why. Also, that was a complete accident. Also, at this point, Bart somehow decides that I say decides. The aliens decide they've had enough of him, so they just dump him back on Springfield again. Because he's found, like you said in the news article, they found him, he was all dazed and confused. So he's like, his brain's all like, mush. So, if I can get, there we go. Okay, so funny thing is, here we can do this, and we can actually sit in the corner over here. Oh, yeah. So essentially, what happens is it gets to a point where it stretches the border, and as long as Wiggum gets to where he's supposed to get to, then it's fine. Also, donut strat. Let's see if we can get this. Okay. So the idea of this is the donut guy here. Usually, or what used to happen, is he would drop, say, a donut, something like that. Don't know where it is. There he is. There we go. Okay. Oh, he's gotten out. He's gotten out. Okay. No, he's turning around. Okay.
Yep. There is a strat where you can push him into the corner of the blue building, which you can just, again, drive back and forward into him to collect the donuts. But this is just another easy way of getting the car stuck, so you can keep him in the same place. So then rather than driving around the entirety of Springfield, bashing into him wherever and whenever you can.
Also, sorry, Wiggum.
I've just noticed you're not a very nice person.
I like kicking people on this game, it's funny. They just go flying and go, what can I say? Sorry, everyone's like, why are you kicking Wiggum and everybody else? Because I can? I don't know, it's fun. It's funny, especially when you've got to do, like, say, a cutscene, and before the cutscene you can kick the character. No, it doesn't affect the character, obviously, but it is quite funny. So on this mission, we've got to follow Cletus and collect the stuff that drops from his truck. There is, like, wasps and stuff that appear, and I could have actually got that wasp then, that's a shame I didn't.
Nice physics.
So he should drop, I'm hoping, at least in a minute. Right, did he get through the gap? Yes, he did. Okay, so we've got to follow Cletus and get the stuff that he drops, but the other thing as well is we need to make sure we're getting the coins as well. So I need to make sure that I don't miss any coins. Also, he always gets stuck on that wall there for some reason. And because there's no like wasps or anything like that, like there would be normally, it means that we can do like a few bits and pieces. You know, we can kind of just have a bit of fun with it. So we can essentially, like I said, we can just complete more of the level, just follow him better. There is like a couple of boxes and stuff that I try and get as soon as I can. Like, just because of the fact that we're passing by them, so we may as well get them. I don't try and get every single box there is available. Also, what the heck was that drop?
Like I said earlier, the spawns of these items are very, very random, and they can actually spawn inside like buildings or just outside of them, like ever so slightly outside of the drivable area. So the fact that you can still pick that up, even though it is just outside of the map, is still like it's useful. Because otherwise you would have to fail the mission and start it back over again, because it only drops 7 of these items, and if you miss one, then it's game over essentially. Well, mission over, not game over.
Funny thing is, you can get, there's some coins that I'm going to try and get, hopefully, in a minute. I don't know whether I can get them or not. Yeah, I can probably get them. Yeah. These here, hope I don't fail the mission. Usually, I've tried collecting them coins, and for some weird reason, the traffic just plays up and just doesn't want to work. Okay, he's nearly at the end. He could drop, he could drop the last item here. There we go, nice. Okay, so for this next mission we need to buy a costume, and we're going to do it now, and also collect that vending machine as well, just because we can.
Yeah, Margin's level we actually get 2 outfits, I believe it is. We get the jailbird outfit now,
yeah,
and then we get the officer's uniform later on. But as you can see, the reason why we collect so many coins is because on each level you have to have a specific car or outfit to be able to actually start the mission. So that's why the coin route is so important, because you have to have a certain amount of coins before you even start the level, and still collecting more coins for the next levels going on.
Essentially what I could have done there is just warp between the mission and... Yeah, essentially, yeah, between the mission and, like, as soon as I bought the outfit.
Yeah.
Also, Tom Jones.
It is very Tom Jones.
Yeah. The music for this particular mission is
That's
so
not
that
very
was an
good.
accident. Yeah, the music for this particular mission, I think, took a lot of inspiration from that song by Tom. I always said Barry White, and someone's like, I think you mean Tom Jones. Was that you that corrected me? I can't remember.
I don't think it was me that corrected you, no, but I think I knew what you meant. I just didn't correct you when you first mentioned it to me, and ever since you have mentioned it, I can't unhear it now.
Yeah. Like, the music is very similar.
Yeah.
Like, very similar. So it's just like, it's not unusual to make love to anyone.
I don't know the rest of the lyrics of that
Yeah,
song.
I don't.
It's like the one line of lyrics
it
I know.
it is very similar, the music. It is very similar, isn't it? So it's one of them things, it's like, because like the first time I heard this, I was like, I'm sure I've heard this somewhere, and then I heard the song and I was like, these two songs sound very, very similar. I don't know why. The thing is, even now, you play the game through, nobody, as far as I know, has ever been copyright ID'd by YouTube yet. For the simple reason of, it's like, this song has now been claimed because it is now Tom Jones' song. It's like, no it's not, it's just a Simpsons Sit and Run soundtrack. It's like, no, it sounds very similar.
It's very similar, but it's not similar enough to be copyrighted.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he's going down this tunnel just a little bit, just to get a little bit of extra enough distance, so that he can actually jump over this gap here and get just enough height to collect the item.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would just go sailing straight underneath it and not collect the item and have to go back and forth a couple of times.
I think I missed. Yeah, I did. I missed it.
You touched it enough to get 1 coin from it.
Somehow. I usually get that I can either get that in this mission, or I can get that at the end of the Cold Wars? No, from outer space, that's it.
Yeah,
last mission. So on this particular mission, we have to escape, obviously as you can see, we have to escape the chase sedan. If I have enough speed, I can actually make this jump and escape. Oh my god, that was close. The wasp as well down here, I actually stopped to get this wasp. Unless the car hits it?
No.
Also, I have 10 seconds to do this.
Yeah, whenever you get
10 seconds.
Yeah, whenever you get out of a car in missions, normally you have a certain amount of time to get back into the car, and that's just to make sure that you are continuing on the mission rather than just running around the town, messing around with the mission-specific car, which it locks you into.
Yeah. So this next mission, Return of the Nearly Dead. Also, we got that skip. Nice. That's kind of 50-50. It's kind of random as well. So Return of the Nearly Dead is really easy. Mainly because we have to, sorry, Hans Molman, we have to actually race Chief Wiggum to the retirement home, And also, the Canyonero physics, I think, are the hardest. I say the hardest, they are the worst. Because of the fact that there's one simple reason behind this. It just has weird physics. I can't explain why it has weird physics. Well, that's the mission done, dusted. Like, literally, that's how simple that mission is. Thankfully, we have to just talk to Grandpa now. So it's like, Grandpa, apparently somebody stole his medicine. We don't know who stole his medicine. Also, here goes a guy with a sports coach. Guy who's gone nuts with a bloody whistle here. He must have gone, right, okay, we're going to make a song, and we want you to just go nuts with a whistle. Just blow like crazy. And they're going, right, okay, we'll I don't know how you're going to make this into a song, but whatever. And then this masterpiece was created.
No, in terms of, like, you mentioned the game's physics before on the Canyonero, it is in a horribly bad car to drive in terms of physics. I'm surprised, though, we haven't had a single, like, you can't flip a car in this game, but when a car does want to flip, it will.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised
and
we haven't had a
side.
single one of them yet. So I'm hoping that look will continue. Missed the wasp head.
The wasp on that is not really important, it's just the box. Also, there would be like coins and stuff that we're going to collect here. But the thing is, we actually collected them before, so we collected one in the Cletus mission, and we picked up the other box pretty early on. I also need to make sure I don't lose this guy. There is, funnily enough, a certain vending machine that hopefully things will work out with. If he drops it soon, please drop it. Yes, he's dropped that like at the right moment, at the wrong moment as well. Okay, so we knock her over. This is fine. Where's the? There it is. So one thing is that these medicines actually have a really quick expiry. So by that I mean, say for example, collecting them, they are very, very quick. There's also a possibility as well that we could be two-cycled. So two-cycled on this essentially is he goes around this little neighborhood here, and he's supposed to drop like 5 or 6 medicines. If he doesn't drop the last medicine either before the end or when he lands in a minute, which he has, that's really good. We didn't get two-cycle, we had the one cycle, and that alien car, supposedly, it was aliens driving that, has disappeared. So we've actually got everything we need right now. We also have a cutscene coming up which we can't skip. And I think that's actually the last cutscene in the game that we can't skip. Other than that, than the credits, I think. But yeah, so you guys will get a bit of fun with Grandpa Simpson in a second. Also, for those that didn't know, if you reset the moment you smash that brake glass, you respawn here. And it brings you a lot closer to the retirement castle here. Hopefully I can get Grandpa to jump out of the way. He doesn't, because he's stubborn.
Stubborn old fool.
Nice, and Marsh decides to be more stubborn by simply getting in the car the normal way, rather than the other way. Okay, so what we've essentially done there is we've given him his medicine, and now he's fell asleep. So we need something to wake him up. That's why we get caffeine pills. So now we're going to wake him up. And this is where we get the cutscene. So I think we have a cutscene now for about, what, a minute or so? 2 minutes?
It is another 2-minute cutscene, yeah. It's
there we go.
something that you can't skip, really, but so we're just sat here watching this.
So I don't suppose we've got anything in particular that we could mention for the rest of this level, other than say we have the caffeine pills that we're waking up as he goes mental about some Nazi thingy or other, some henchman, I don't know, raccoon, that's it, from when he was in the war, you know, went nuts. He just starts rambling gibberish, essentially.
I mean, I normally do that. I normally ramble gibberish. But I'm actually going to do something proper this time. Guys, just to let you know, we do have a donation incentive coming up for later on this evening. We do have the Dust and Elysian Tail run. We've got the runner will do a blindfolded stage. He will run the Glade blindfolded if we can meet the total. It's $150. It is at 90 right now. We just need $60 more.
Very nice.
And we are at 705 right now, not 507. I did that wrong last time.
Yeah.
Chat called me out on it. Thanks, chat. Nice to know that you're paying attention. I'm not, dang it. But I'd also like to give a nice big shout out as well to the Summoners Bar here in Glasgow, where we are hosting at the moment. They've for the second event they are hosting us here. It is a fantastic venue. It's really great. We've got some guys practicing in the background there, getting some things on the go. So this is a fantastic place. Really happy that we can be here again. I also want to give a shout out quickly to ESA Marathon. We are obviously streaming on their channel. We are UKSG, raising money for young minds. And if it wasn't for them giving us some tech help, some assistance, and just allowing us to stream the channel here, we would not be here. So thank you to them. And at the moment, I'll leave you back there. The cutscene's finished. Weird things are happening, so have fun, guys.
Yep. So essentially on this mission, we're actually going to be doing a lot of coin collecting. Mainly towards the end here, so we've got a couple of wasps that we're going to be literally kicking ass, taking names as Officer Marge. So on this, I think we collect around, I think it's 200 coins, something like that, give or take.
It is a lot of coins. It's one of the major coin grinders in the actual
probably
game,
more
isn't it?
so. I'd say it's more important than the likes of when you do it with Lisa. But I think you collect more coins with Lisa, if I'm honest.
All right.
But then again, there's a lot more running in this. I actually tried to do this bit a bit faster by getting a cart and driving from that little bit there to over here. Turns out there's no point in doing it. It's just completely pointless. Also, up we go. And there should be, yes there is a can I missed. So we have to collect these 30 cans of cola. Like I said, we're going to destroy a couple of wasps because nobody likes wasps, apparently. There we go. Couldn't actually get that one for some reason. Okay, so, did I make it? Yes, I did. Okay,
there was one thing we didn't talk about when we started this mission. You talked about it at first and then ran over as quickly as possible to go and get the outfit.
Yep.
And what that actually did was it skipped a text box, if I'm right there. It skipped like
rather than say you're missing a costume, it just literally go you essentially skipped it saying that. Essentially, what you could do as an alternate strategy, but as an alternate way of doing that. Also, yes, this music again. What you could do as an alternate idea is to buy the costume beforehand, and then from there, literally not do anything else.
No.
No. Wait, what?
What?
Uh-oh.
That is not good.
No, that's not good.
That is
actually
not good. That is very bad.
Did you save?
No. It's fine. We could go, if you wanted to, I can finish it with a complete save file and still do the rest of it.
Yeah. If you've got a save file there, just reload up from where you were.
Okay.
Right. I'll take
what mission were we at? Can anyone remember?
Officer Marge?
Last mission?
I don't know. Was it Officer Marge?
We did the Cola Wars, right?
You just finished Grandpa.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
okay. So if I go back to Xbox Home, hopefully I should do it. Actually,
So,
open that.
Trico, why'd you crash the console?
I know, yeah. First XCOM 2, now The Simpsons. Why do you do this?
Trico officially crashing the stuff.
Do we have like a little bit of something nice that I can rub the disc with?
I know, yeah. Just use
the
that.
inside of
The
Hogs
fantastic ESA hoodie here, nice and soft, cleaning the disc, fantastic there, doing the job. Spliced around here.
Yeah. We will finish it. So, unfortunately, because we're going to be using a complete save, we're not going to be able to do any more of the coin route. I can't show that off anymore. So we're just going to be doing the rest of the missions as they are. So
that is incredibly unfortunate.
Yes, this run will be invalid, but it doesn't matter. As long as we get all of the missions done, that's what matters. Unfortunately, like I said, the coin route's probably just gone to toffee. So we're just going to do it the normal way. We're just going to have to do the missions as they come, really. I'll try and do them as quick as possible, but don't hold me to it, as we should be easily get underestimate, even though, like I said, we've got that, it's fine.
Yeah, because we're going to be cutting out basically the last three levels of coin route. It's going to really...
3.5.
Yeah, that's going to...
4.5-ish.
Yeah. It's going to take off a little bit of time, but what can you do?
Also, I have a feeling I know what save we should use. Yeah,
right.
you know which one I mean.
I know. I think I know which saves file's coming.
Okay, so I'm actually going to warp into the game and then warp to the actual mission we're supposed to be doing, so then we're back on track. Like I said, coins will not be a problem anymore.
No, they
so
definitely
the coin route, which I'm supposed to be showing off, I won't be showing off anymore just because of the simple fact that we got a game crash. I'll be honest, in practice, it never crashed. So, yeah. Anything can happen. This is the only problem with running our console, I suppose. Right, so from outer space. Let's take it from the top.
Welcome to marathon runs.
Yeah,
That's
essentially.
how it goes.
If it all goes well, if you've got a complete save, thank God for saved, which we have.
Indeed, indeed.
Like I said, coins are no longer a problem. You'll see exactly why when you look at the coin count. Also, we're in Madge's outfit, which is perfect, which means we can do it. If it crashes again now, I am instantly blaming it on Tricro. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay, right. So, from the top, properly. So this is from outer space, and we're going to be using the Canyonero, and we need to destroy these cola delivery trucks. So the main point of this is to obviously make sure that they're all destroyed. Like I said, we're going to do this normally, so how I'd normally do it anyway. Also, this music's back. Tom Jones is back for us, ladies and gentlemen. Well, call him Tom Jones, but I don't know. Right, so, hope I can get him stuck. Can I get him stuck? I can get him going sideways. Nope, he does not want to get stuck. Okay, right.
The problem with the Canyonero is, even though it is quite a big car and quite clunky to handle, it still doesn't do as much damage as you would want it to do, considering the fact that it is a very big car. So the easiest thing to do is just get him stuck in a place and then just reverse and drive into him again. And it's actually a very good place to get him stuck.
There we go. Okay, and reset.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, so first one done. So like I said, if you notice now, we don't have a coin problem anymore. We had like 1,000 coins. No, we've now got 22,000 coins almost. Yeah, so coins aren't going to be a problem. And also, in terms of the costumes, I will just swap to the costumes. So, anyway, to explain the rest of this mission. So like I said, three different coal trucks, and we have to destroy all of them. So this second one actually is quite nice, and there's a main reason for that. Mainly because we can actually get him stuck. Not there. Please go through the gates. Okay, so we actually get him stuck in a nice little spot here.
Once he gets stuck.
Here we go. Go that way.
Yeah, that's nice.
Down there. Is he going to hit that at the end? Yeah. Okay, right. So he'll just blow himself up casually as you go. Hashtag blame Trigo. I saw that. I saw that, Jack. I saw that. Okay, so this last, them two previous ones that we've just done, so the two previous trucks, are actually quite weak. This last one, for some weird reason, decided they wanted to toughen up and make them really hard. And you'll notice this because the music changes. Yeah, music changes for some weird reason. Also, I got him stuck at the right moment.
That was a lot of damage just by those consecutive hits there. Because you hit him on the fence, on the tree, and then you got a double hit in yourself, which did a lot of damage. Which was a very quick kill.
Yeah, and it's exactly what we want. Watch this now, my RNG actually becomes extremely good. Just for that.
It's the coin count.
It's just that, yeah, either the coin count or the actual fact that we've got, like, say, I don't know, a damaged disc, maybe. Also, we can't afford to like hit a few people here. In the later levels, I will try my best to drive very carefully, and I will take it easy. So normally we come through this little bit. I might as well show off what the rest of the route might have looked like. But there's actually a couple of boxes and also a vending machine that we would have smashed there. And there's also the interesting strat. I hope the game doesn't crash here. But we now have to escape Wiggum, and there's actually a really simple method for that. You literally do this, and you go in, and that's it. It's like, yeah, we're done. That's like level 4 done, dusted. So now we get to level 5. Now, as I mentioned before, the coin route is quite a lot. You know, there's quite a lot of coins we have to pick up, and obviously spend money on, stuff like that. Because of the fact that we're using, a complete save file, it means the simple fact that the game's going to be a lot shorter now than it originally should be. So if you notice, this is going to if this beats my PB, then I would not be surprised, because my PB followed the official coin route. Followed the coin route, and I got everything properly.
So not only do we not have to do the coin route, we don't have to go and buy outfits, we don't have to go and buy cars.
No, I mean, we still have to select outfits, but that's not much of a biggie, because it means we don't have to spend any coins, because we've already got the costumes.
Yeah, it saves it'll save a couple of seconds, because there is an animation of the coins draining out your account and stuff like that. So it does save a little minuscule bit of time. The only problem now that we want a save file that is like basically a complete file. The only time that we're gonna essentially anything will be different in a way is if Viper ever has to go to the phone booth to select a car. That he's gonna have basically a lot more cars to select from. But I imagine that you're just going to be using the cars that you would normally use for in the run.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I mean, it still tells you in the missions to use it still tells you that you have to use the Globex supervillain car, I think, for one mission in particular.
Yes.
But we're still going to use them for the amount of missions that we would normally use.
Yeah.
So rather than just bring it out on the mission that you're supposed to use it, I'm just actually going to do it an easier way and just get it out a bit earlier.
Yeah.
So we're going to be able to do the mission with that. Also, this mission, usually we have to follow the cola truck and collect the stuff that it drops. Now, usually we have to like smash a couple of vending machines and stuff like that, because obviously, like I said, the coin route is completed, etc. It means that we're just going to be doing the missions as per normal. So, yeah. There will be like, I would say there's a few strats to use, but the main one is the security truck, the cash truck. And hopefully we pull it off, because I think that's the major one. That's like the last major strat.
Yeah, it's another case of trying to get the armored truck stuck somewhere. Not like that. We don't want this this lorry here to get stuck, because that would be bad. That wastes time. But
Also,
in terms of the armored truck, we want to get it stuck as quickly as possible so that we can...
the cola truck and how fast it goes, I should just clarify something.
Yeah.
The cola truck is not that fast.
No, it is definitely not that fast.
Because we did a race, funnily enough, with the cola trucks on the bonus games and stuff like that. And the cola truck actually has like half a star in terms of speed. So it is god-awful. It's just dreadful. Like, it's so bad. Also, he's not dropped the night one. Yes, it has. Very nice. Okay, so usually, like I said, we'd be doing like all of the, we'd be getting all the different coins and stuff like that. Obviously, you can tell from the coin count, we don't need to do that. So like I said, we'll just be doing the missions normally. I can't stress that enough, to be honest.
Yeah, the coin route is actually quite unique to watch, because you are still doing the mission in its entirety while also going off on various different routes to go and like knock a vending machine or knock a box or get a wasp. It is actually quite unique to see missions that, even when I was a child, I was struggling with certain missions, but you're still able to do the missions with plenty of time to spare, while
Yeah,
also
exactly.
going massively out of your way.
Also,
get,
that
coins.
was impressive. Wow, okay. So I spun the car around, and then it was like, yeah, I guess I should spin the car around again properly.
Again, this game's physics are god-awful, so if you see something really janky, then it's normal for this kind of game.
Right, okay, I meant to put the brakes on, I must have kept the gas on there by accident. Never mind. It's fine. So yeah, this makes missions a lot easier. The only thing that's probably going to be a pain is when we have to do... There's a mission involved... Actually, I think that's now. Yeah, it is. This one that I was actually thinking of. The card that Homer gives you.
Oh,
So
yeah.
usually we have to go and buy the car from Homer, who's in the parking lot over there. Also, no Apu, we didn't want to get back in the car. There we go. Car built for Homer, right?
Yes, that's the one, yeah.
So I'm actually going to reset it from the top, just because it'll put us in the exact same position that I wanted it at, which is nice. Hopefully it does anyway. I'm hoping it'll just put it there. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Also, can't forget that. Kick-ass horn. Yeah.
The most
So-
annoying sound ever for a car.
Yeah. The AI's driving. We should probably explain this.
It is something.
So it's something to do with, in this mission, it's like the AI has certain driving levels. So for example, if it's positive, the car will be fine. The higher I think it's like the higher. Also, I love the
What
fact
is
we've got a
going
car stuck between the two of us. So it's like the higher the number, the better the driving. The worse the number, the worse the driving. Well, for some daft reason, they decided, why don't we give the AI for this particular mission the worst driving mechanics possible to make it a real pain to collect stuff from you. And that is exactly what happens.
Even though that this driver is meant to be a young mother with children in the back of her car,
Yeah,
so we give her the worst possible driving level that we can.
exactly. And
Logic.
it's not exactly the easiest mission either. I say easiest mission, it's sort of easy. I'd probably make it look easy, to be honest, but it's not too bad. Also, here we go.
A lot of the missions are relatively simple if you just do them as intended, but
Do them normally
what
without
really
the
makes
coin
this
routes.
what normally makes this run rather difficult is collecting the necessary coins
Whilst
during
you're
the
doing
missions.
it. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. It makes it really difficult because, like, For example, in this mission, I should be collecting some coins, mainly towards the end. So after we get to the police station in a minute and we start after chase Wiggum, we're going to have to, usually we collect like a wasp and a vending machine and stuff like that. Well, because of the simple fact that we don't have to do that now, because of obviously what's happened, so essentially all we've got to do is play the game normally, just follow Wiggum and follow where he goes. Now, Wiggum's driving has a lot to be designed in this game. So he goes like round here, around the houses, and if we wanted to, we could literally just wait for him. So like he comes out here, so.
Yeah, normally there'll be a vending machine at this build, which we would spend the time collecting as well. But because again coin routes are non-existent anymore, we just sit and wait for him to actually catch up with us. Again, you'll see that a lot of these missions are very similar in nature. You're following a person to bash into them, or you're destroying a car, or you're trying to escape a car, or whatever. They are very, very similar. So the missions do get quite repetitive over time, which is why the driving level comes into a theory where the harder the driving level is, the harder the mission is actually going to be. And at the very beginning of the game, where we saw the actual distance meter bottom out at one point, but it still came back up. I believe that was it Homer's level that happened in, I think?
So?
Yeah.
Sure.
That bottom out is actually a lot more lax within the earlier levels of the game, but as a game moves on, it does, as soon as it bottoms out, it will just fail the mission immediately at some points. It does still have a little bit of a buffer period, but it still is rather lax at the same time.
So the main mission that we're going to be doing now is we're going to be following a garbage truck, and we're going to be making sure. Oh, so that's the wrong button. I was supposed to go for the camera button. There we go. So has such a catchy horn, doesn't it? Okay, wasn't what I meant.
Hearing that in my sleep.
So what I actually wanted to do there. Also, remember how we mentioned before about the worst driving physics? Yeah, the trash truck in this mission also has really bad driving physics. So you'll often notice he often tries to wall ride and fails spectacularly. Also, that happened.
That's a nice drop. That is a very nice drop.
It's fine. We've got a fast car. We should be fine. And there's no like follow radius either, which is nice. It's just make sure you don't lose sight of him and make sure you pick up the trash that he drops. That's about it.
This is one of the very few missions where it is just solely a timer and a collection counter.
The thing is, it looks like a real easy mission because there's a 3.5 minute time limit. There's a reason for that, because when he drops in a second, you'll see exactly why we need 3 minutes for this mission. So he should drop the last one now. There we go. Okay, so he's dropped the last one. Lovely. And destroyed himself. Lovely. Okay, so usually I get like a couple of wasps up here and a couple of boxes and things like that. There's one right at the bottom of the stairs. Now the problem is, and this is something I should mention, as the game progresses, obviously the game will be harder, it'll become much more tougher to defeat things. In particular, wasps. Wasps now have, I believe they have a shield.
Yeah, they have like a force field which takes a hit to deplete, and then you have to kick the wasp again. So
sometimes, though, you can get lucky. Like, you can hit a wasp with a shield and it will blow up, but it's extremely difficult to pull off.
Yeah, it is really hard to do, and normally doesn't happen. If you get one, then you're incredibly lucky. If not, normally wasp from this point on would take 2 hits to defeat, but because this is essentially a completed file, we shouldn't see any wasps in this, I don't think.
No.
I think we've got all the wasps in this save file, so that's unfortunate that we can't even show that off either.
So usually there's a wasp up there, but obviously I'm just going to run around and collect everything. Funnily enough, if you play the game, really, we could have turn this into bloody New Game Plus %, but the funny... Wow, okay, that was nice. He decides, right, I'm going to get back in my car. How do I do that? First I jump off, and then I try and divert, and then I get in the car. Very nice.
So there's a cool little strat here where he's going to drive up the fire truck just a little bit, stop at the edge, reverse back down to collect these 2 trash cans that are just behind the fire truck. Otherwise, if you're like me and play this game normally, you would just go full pelt and just jump over the fire truck anyway, just for the laugh.
I'm just thinking, would anyone like to see me use the open wheel race car? For just one mission, not like every mission, obviously.
We've got to try it on a mission where you have to destroy something though.
Not the trash truck, because we can't do it on
not the trash truck, but something basic that we have to defeat. We have to try that. I don't think there is anything up and coming yet for that. I'm not sure now, actually.
Maybe.
No, one of the.
I'd like to try and
one
use
of the alien sedans in Homer's final level.
Maybe? I don't know.
Or do we just have to escape from them? I can't remember now.
We'll try and use it.
Yeah.
I mean, we could use it in There's Something About Monty.
We could use it in that
Because
mission.
that involves us going to and Alien Autopsy 1.
Yes. That
So
would
we
be a
have to
good
do it like with the fastest car in the game, but one of the hardest parts of the game.
one. Yeah.
Also, there's Patty and Selma, and Otto's school driving lesson went well, didn't it? Just parked it halfway in. Also, this is where we didn't mention this before, but no, we did mention it about how hard this mission can be. So this
Yes.
mission has a strat that is tough to get right.
It's very tough indeed.
Yes, and the simple point of this one is we have to go and help Snake with his community service. And we use, obviously, community service in quotation marks. So obviously Snake's out in force, and he's got his bandit. Wiggum's there. We've got to lose the tail. Oh no, it's Wiggum. What's he going to do?
So
Luckily, Wiggum gets stuck, and we just say bye-bye.
Yeah, Wiggum is not a very competent police officer, is he? If he gets
No.
stuck that easily. Although he is
Too many donuts. Too many donuts. Okay, there we go.
So
So,
this is
here's
the
the armored car. It says armored car, but it's an armored car.
It's a truck. So what we're going to do is try and get this stuck behind these pillars here so that he does go and kill himself. It's not going to...
No, it won't work.
No.
Wait. No, it's not going to work.
That's a shame. We do want to try and get him stuck behind there so that he will kill himself just by driving back and forward into the staircase. But because that hasn't worked, we're just going to have to drive around, bash into its backside a little bit, and hopefully do enough damage to destroy it. It is going to take very long, as this is the toughest vehicle in the game.
It's probably one of the hardest missions in terms of destroying something.
Yeah, because you're in like a convertible car here, going up against an armored truck. We're already smoking by the time we've done half the damage to him.
Funny thing is, if you wreck your car, then it's game over.
Yeah.
And you've essentially got to do the entire mission once again. Also, that was a complete accident. Sorry. Right. Okay, come on. All I'm doing essentially at this point is I'm just pushing him and hoping that he hits whatever car's in front of him.
This is one of the few times you will actually pray for car RNG.
Yes.
But that was a nice bit of damage there, ramming him into those barriers. Again though, we are taking a lot more damage than we are dealing. Thankfully it's kind of leveled out at the minute so that we are kind of like at a similar damage level to him. There we go.
Right, I don't think my car's wrecked. No, it's not, but I'm going to get a wrench just to be sure.
Not too far off.
There we go. Okay, so we didn't get the strat. We had to do it old school, but it's fine. We can still carry on. As long as we didn't wreck our car in the process, yeah, we should be good. But long story short, how the strat works, or what I was trying to do, was, like Riz said, we wanted to get him stuck. So essentially, you get him stuck, he stays there, and he wrecks himself. You don't have to touch him. He just goes, I'm just going to wreck myself, because I can do that. Also, instant escape.
Yeah, so while he's wrecking himself, we can just drive off and go down to this area to get to proc the next part of the mission earlier while he's damaging himself. So usually it works out that he will destroy himself just before we get to this part of the mission.
Also, last mission, and we've also got a cutscene skip to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
This cutscene skip, hopefully when we come to it, we'll skip a good 4 minute. I think it's about 4 minutes chunk of cutscene.
Yeah, if we don't get it, it's like 4 minutes time lost. But I think we should be fine. Even if I think we should be. Well, yeah, we should get underestimate.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely.
Even with all that, so we should be fine.
Yeah.
It's not a big loss, but I'd obviously rather skip it than watch it. Level 6's cutscene skips is a bit more weirder because it's about a minute long, but at the same time it's really strange in the sense that it works but doesn't work. It's like, oh, aliens, cola, aliens.
That was an avid description of a cutscene.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. Okay.
So you see here that while we were using a different car before, we're now actually locked in the barred vehicle. So this car is not really got the best of damage to it, so we're trying to trap that vehicle as best as possible into a corner somewhere. Oh,
I got it first try.
First try.
First try, hell yeah. Yeah. Not that it matters too
No,
much, but first try anyway.
But getting that first try without
works,
pause
it works.
buffering is quite hard to get.
Yeah. Also, I think if a lot of people remember Bartman, don't they, from The Simpsons? Yeah, we've got him in that costume. Thankfully, he can go in any costume he likes in this level. But we're going to use Bartman. He's just dressed up in that, so we'll use that. So, going to the loo. Not the toilet, obviously. Going to the Krusty Loo Studios, we've got to pick up 15 kids. And also, we've got to be in auto school bus, because it's the hardest vehicle to drive. And to make things worse, when we get to the main squid port, and we've got to pick up a few kids, there's a problem with that. So the pedestrian spawn rate goes up, so hit and run is a lot easier. And as I think I may have mentioned earlier, that when you get further in the game, the further in game you get, the slower your felony bar goes down. So say if you knock somebody over on level 1 and you've got that little chunk of felony bar, you're like, oh, I've got to get rid of the felony. Well, it'll go down pretty quickly if you leave it and you don't hit anything. But if you do it on level 6 or level 7, it takes a lot longer. I think in level 7 it's like 30 seconds or something. Also, here comes the pedestrians. Oh yay.
Realistically, we shouldn't see any hit and run in this run. Essentially, I know that sounds weird, but hit and run is essentially what the game classes a police chase. So, but we shouldn't see anything like that in this run unless we get really bad pedestrian luck.
Yeah, exactly. One of the missions that I think was it Mibs? Mibs was, funnily enough, he's right behind us, hello. Mibs was practicing, wasn't you? Full Metal Jackass, that'll be fun when that comes up. Right, okay. I need to use the Globex Supervillain car. Game, there we go. Aha! Where is Barney? There he is.
If I remember correctly, this is the most expensive car in the game, isn't it? That you have to buy in the
600
run.
coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, very expensive. The next one after this is, I think it's 500 coins. Oh, that was close.
That
okay,
wasn't very nice.
Aggressive. It's all right. We can go this way. So it looks like we're driving away. Funnily enough, he can just take that route, and we can just go. Yeah, we're now in front. Now it doesn't matter too much that if he's behind us. Also, I keep spotting traffic in front of me while looking back. Nice. Yeah, he just can ram anybody out of the way. Anybody gets in his way, you pray you don't want to be in his way. So what we've got to do is we've got to follow this truck, but thankfully I know where it goes. We know where it goes. It actually takes us to the observatory where there's a limo waiting. And there's actually a trigger, so we have to wait next to the limo. And after a certain bit, we trigger this. We now have to race Krusty's limo, funnily enough, without Krusty, who's supposedly in it at the time. So, oh yeah, Krusty's limo is heading to Squidport. Oh, that's pretty good then, isn't it? But yeah, Krusty is nowhere to be found. It's only when you get to Squidport it's like, oh, there's Krusty. Also, I do need to make sure I win this race. Thankfully, the shortcuts help us out a hell of a lot, so that's nice. It's fine if I mess up and the physics are glitchy, because, meh, 2003.
The game doesn't want the car to roll over, even though the physics should tell it to. So it does a lot of weird stuff when it.
And it pulls some sick wheelies.
Yeah.
Sick in it stuff, you know.
You can tell this game is thoroughly tested.
There we go. Turn it right round again because we got to talk Krusty. I could just kick him, but I'm not going to do that because Krusty is obviously Bart's idol. Obviously, we're not going to kick Krusty the Clown. No, we're going to do better. Run him over. He'll be fine. He'll recover. Literally, it'll take him 5 seconds. He just gets back up like nothing happened. This is the funny thing because there's no this broken bones, blood and guts or anything like that you get in GTA or the Grand Theft Auto series. But it is funny just watching somebody roll over. You could just kick somebody. The best abuse that you could do is in the first level, Ralph, Ralph Wiggum, who's supposed to to Chief Wiggum, he's in a backyard that's fenced off, and you can literally walk into the backyard, kick him to death, just keep kicking him. You'll get hit and run. The hit and run cops can't get to you because they can't get through said fence. You can just jump over it, and they can't do that. So essentially, you can just keep getting hit and run for ages and ages and ages and just keep kicking Ralph until your heart's content. Sounds delightful, doesn't it? This game has a lot going for it right now, just a violence simulator in Simpsons. But yeah, it's overall though, if you play it for what it is rather than as a GTA clone, I think you guys will get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And I'm saying that like nobody's played this game. Obviously, everybody has played this game.
Even if
you haven't, you're missing out.
No, even if you haven't, you have.
Yeah,
in some
without
way, shape, or form.
realizing.
Yeah.
Well, if you played GTA, you played this.
Exactly, yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
This is just a baby GTA.
Yeah, pretty much. What happens when you get the Simpsons and combine them with a kicking physic and allow it for a press swing, and you just let them come together and you get this beauty.
Yeah.
There's driving, there's fighting, there's no shooting, thank God. And there's not, obviously, like I said, there's no other more extreme stuff, blood and guts or anything worse. Funnily enough, though, the Simpsons, like I said, at the start of the run, the Simpsons Road Rage and Crazy Taxi got into a bit of a feud.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Sega and 20th Century Fox. It's like, you're ripping our game off. No, we're not. It's a Simpsons game. It's like, still, you're ripping our game off. No, it's not. It's a Simpsons game.
And they got off with this scot-free.
I think they won. I think Sega won the case and sued them. I could be wrong though on that one. I probably am, to be fair. Also, that's that mission. There we go. Yes. Okay, so wait till that glows. There we go. And then we go in. If you go in too early, the exclamation mark, which you can now see above Professor Frink, doesn't actually show up. So you need to make sure it glows and says enter the observatory. I tried doing, like a smart ass that I was at the time, try to go into the observatory and start the mission earlier than expected, and obviously the game's like, nope, you've got to do it properly. You've got to wait till we tell you to go to the observatory, not actually go in before we tell you. It's one of them games, that's how it works, really. There's actually a vending machine that I pick up on this mission. I don't think any of the other runners pick them up, but there's a vending machine towards, it was on our left-hand side coming down that hill where the hotel was. And you pick that up, you get about 20 coins out of it, but it helps in the long run, so yeah. It helps me, I don't know, when I was doing practice it seemed like a good idea to use, use that vending machine. Also, Mr. Burns Casino, Mr. Burns is still getting involved. Please make this. Make it. Sorry, Carl. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, right.
I'm seeing a lot of the chat that the world record is 126. That reminder, that is on PC. We are running on an Xbox 360, so there is going to be a lot of difference in load times. I think the world record on console is a 145.
I think.
Yeah, 145, and that's run on the GameCube, which is the fastest version for consoles.
Oh, I didn't get the last one. Usually you get him stuck. Also, can I get him before he gets to the end? Yes, I did. Can he move? There we go. Eventually he moved. So usually the main idea with that one is you wait for him. I didn't actually expect to get him stuck like towards here. But you mainly get him stuck towards the latter half at the bottom of the pier where we whacked him. And he gets stuck there and you literally just whack the 6 crates of cola out of him. Nice and easy. Also, your favourite mission next. So, up next, Full Metal Jackass. Yeah, they didn't expect any expense when it came to swearing in this game, I can say that much. Like I said, it was minor swearing at the time. And they even put it in the name of a mission. So, yeah, so the idea of this mission is we have to destroy Principal Skinner's car. However, Principal Skinner's car is tougher than it looks. It might be a little sedan, but my god is it tough. We do need to make sure that we wreck him though, and make sure that everything works and that we can get him stuck. So this mission is not easy. I've tried to get him stuck on several occasions and it just doesn't seem to work.
That's alright.
He got stuck, although I
he's
think...
going to get out of that unless you can put him back in there? No, he's out.
Okay, so now we just do it the simple way. If he doesn't combine to that strat, he's like, yeah, we're going to wreck you the hard way. Easy. Also, my drive might be a bit off.
So you're beating up Skinner there, can I jump in?
Yeah, sure.
We've got a $5 donation from the Jack of Hearts. And he says, brothers and sisters are natural enemies, just like Smash players and speedrunners. Or RTS pros and speedrunners. Or mobile gamers and speedrunners. Or speedrunners and other speedrunners. Damn speedrunners, you ruin speed gaming. I feel like I need to get old by the end of that. Cheers, Jack. Apparently we're just not allowed to be friends with anyone. Speedrunners are inherently natural enemies.
The mortal enemies of tournament players, it would seem. Just somehow the two combined with one another. It's like speedrunners versus Smash players. The greatest fight you've ever seen. People throwing controllers.
To be fair, I would pay money to see that. I would happily pay money to see that.
Yeah. So on this mission, set to kill is actually really difficult because of the simple reason of pedestrians. and I can't stress this enough. The first mission is hard because of pedestrians. This mission is hard because of pedestrians. And before anyone asks, is there any other missions that are hard because of pedestrians? Just like the last level, just most of the missions on the last level, yeah, they're pretty difficult.
Yeah, the number of pedestrians does increase as the levels go on, but
At least you hit zombies in
Yeah.
the last level, so it just makes sense to kill them. Well, run them over, I mean, not kill them because you don't actually kill them, just go rolling.
Yeah, if you're ever going to get a hit and run, it's going to be in the last level where
Nice.
That was a nice wheelie.
Yeah, I know, yeah, woohoo!
Where the
Wheelie record.
the spawn count of the pedestrians is increased dramatically. So at the point that every time you want to take a shortcut, there's like 90% of the time there's going to be somebody walking in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
Also-
really good.
What was? Oh, okay. Wow, okay. I will give you that one. I will give you that one. That was really good.
terrible. That was terrible, but there you go.
Funnily enough, I was gonna say, if you did it in like, I was gonna say, if you did it in a Scottish accent, that'd be better. What am I saying? Of course you would do it in a Scottish accent. Duh. No, I remember like one of the guys in my chat, Joseph, likes me whenever I play like Colin McRae Raleigh. He's like, dude, can you say like really good? Oh, that was really good. I was like, yeah, all right, I'll do my best. So I say that, and somehow it's a laugh. Yeah, I don't know. Must be just the accent, yeah. Also, sorry, Krusty. Bye bye. And then Krusty was no more. He went to lie with everybody else we killed, supposedly. Okay, so the last mission of level 6. We've actually got, what time are we at so far? 1:35. Okay, we're doing pretty decent.
That's without a coin round.
I think we
for
should
half
be
the
like,
game.
I think we should be like sub 2 hours easy at this point.
Oh yeah, sub 2
Easy.
easy.
Actually, the last level is like 13, 14 minutes. So yeah, like 150. This could be pretty close to PB, even though we've had a game crash and a lot of other stuff too. Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's naturally going to be quite good for, in terms of console run because we're skipping the second half of the coin round, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
while the first part of the game was as intended, since the
legit.
game decided to have a brain fart,
Exactly.
we had to cut out this the coin round, as we've mentioned on numerous occasions, which is why the second half of this game might look quick, but this run is officially invalid because of that reason.
Exactly. So what I'm actually doing here is making sure that I collect the checkpoint because I used to spawn there. Also, that is the end of level 6. Right. Can I get? There we go. Yes, we got it. Okay. What was the mission we said we were doing? Oh yeah, there's something about Monty.
Yeah, something
That's
about
on this
Monty.
one. So we get to use an open wheel race car. This is exclusive. You probably won't see this normally, otherwise. But long story short, with like the coin route and everything, like so the first half of this run would have been legit, and then the second half obviously isn't. So it's fine. We can kind of mix and match. So obviously on PC they'd restart at this point, and you'd instantly be spawning your car and you start the mission. Console doesn't allow for this, so you've essentially got to cut out. You've got to do it the worst bit. Also, it's Halloween. Ooh, spooky, scary skeletons. There we go.
So because you're on the other side of the fence there when you're trying to get in the car, the game registers that, and because it can't actually get you in the car, it'll just teleport you to it straight away, and that's why it...
Also,
you're
I
able to
love
teleport.
Homer's sense of thinking. He's like, I need something to board up the windows. I know, boards.
Obviously.
There we go. Cletus. Oh, I guess so you have to use a hog for a pillar now. Oh yeah, this is something with Mo. So, funnily enough, hi Mo, bye Mo. So yeah, that's Mo. Long story short, with Mo, he's on about like, I think when he wants the chainsaw, he's like, Mo, I need your chainsaw. And he's like, well, I need it. What about if the zombies come and attack my house? And he's like, Mo. Didn't anybody ever tell you got to look after people? He's like, sure, here you go. He's like, my life stinks. So that's that one. Also, I can get the zombie car now because I don't have to get it later, which is nice. Also, my car's damaged.
It's alright, there's a wrench right there.
There we go. Long black probes. I can't even speak today. Jesus Christ. My mouth is like... Okay, so long black probes. There we go. So we need this zombie car, and originally we have to buy it, and it's 500 Yeah. It's 500 coins to buy this car normally. So at this point, it's kind of luck whether we have 500 coins or not. But at the same time, this is not too bad. It's pretty simple, this mission. We've literally got to follow it from one end to the other. So each map, and I haven't explained this yet, but I don't even know why I didn't explain it earlier. But long story short, each map is a lap. You can actually drive around the whole map and return back to where you started. In this mission, it's different. So in level 1, if you remember, you can like drive around the whole map. You can go like over the other side where the rich estate is and near where all the chemical power plant is and everything like that. Whereas the mission, not the mission, this level actually ends at the chemical power plant. So we actually go from the chemical power plant to near where the school playground is. So you know where that bridge is? That's shut off, so we can't go there or even see anything like the what do you call it? The rich estate and things like that. So you won't be able to see anything like that. Also, I like the exhaust pipes. Skulls, oh yeah. Wouldn't be a Halloween theme without skulls, would it?
So like Viper's just been saying, because there is a block on that bridge there, cutting off basically the lap around the map, this level is a lot of just driving back and forth from the power plant to the school and then driving back again.
Is the first one. So now what we have to do, this is where the hard part of the game comes in. Also, invisible car. So what we've got to do is somebody decided it would be a good idea. It's like, why don't you feed toxic waste to the aliens? Maybe they won't like it and maybe it'll destroy their ship. And obviously Professor Frink just went, well, I'll sacrifice myself for this, I don't mind. I'll do it for the greater good, I'll save Springfield, I don't mind. So, essentially what he's doing here is he's sacrificing himself, and there's also other characters as well. There's a couple of unique lines of dialogue that is said after each of these missions. So it's like, I am so smart, like Homer normally says. He doesn't say anything like that. You'll probably may be able to hear it, but some of the lines are pretty funny, in my opinion. And they still make me laugh now, like even years on. So the one thing about carrying toxic waste, you need to make sure, as also reverse gear, didn't even know Hover had one. I need to make, this is getting pretty close.
Yeah,
okay, so
you're playing incredibly dangerous right now with this toxic waste.
Yes. Essentially what it is if you have a big enough smash, you can drop the toxic waste and you have to go back to the power plant and get it. There we go. Wrath of the tractor beam. Bye-bye. There we go. So, something about Monty. So, for this mission, usually we get the 70s sports car. We'll respawn in it. We're not going to do that this time, are we? We're going to use the open wheel race car. Oh, yeah.
Which is the second fastest vehicle in the game, bar the rocket car.
Yes.
Yeah, but
the fastest car you can buy.
Yes, the fastest car you
rather
can buy.
Than, the fastest car you can buy rather than anything else. That's pretty much it. Okay, right,
But
so I'm
it
going to get out
doesn't
my car.
handle very well, does it?
No. Also, where is my car?
And it survives.
Here we go.
You can have like 3
Here's
hits in
the
it
bad
before
boy.
it decides to blow up.
Okay, that did not start off well.
Nope.
But yeah, so this is the fastest car you can actually buy. I say buy, you don't buy this car. You win it through doing, ironically, you win this car via doing all of the races in this level. If you win all the races in a level, you get a car. And in this level, it's this car that is very, very fast. So we need, like I said, we need to go to Mr. Burns. We need to go to the power plant. But it's coming back with the nuclear waste. That's when the fun begins. Oh. All like that, and skill points, I guess.
I don't know how that worked out, but
it somehow did. Also, if I can, I'll try. Yes, I can despawn those guys. That's good. Ooh, good. Out of my way. Out of my way. The platforming element in this level in particular. Oh, come on.
you're probably
really?
smoking right now.
So what I was saying was that
Oh, you're lost.
the platform element. There we go. The platform element in this particular mission I don't like at all because it's very hard. There we go. And leave my car frozen in time because I can do that somehow. So now we got to climb the wreckage, and funnily enough, the game treats this as if it's like a holiday for you. So the music's there going like, oh, panic, panic, but it's just kind of like, just take it easy, have a holiday. Ignore the fact that there's a spaceship that's just crashed there, you know. There you go. Even Homer's dreading it. Look at him. There we go. Okay, steady.
I think the music has to be quite common for this stage, because I remember when I was playing through this casually as a kid, I failed those jumps so many times, and I lost a fair few controllers to this part of the game.
I actually forgot which side it was on though. So, no. Okay, whew. That was close. I had to remember which. I always forget which side they're on. Okay, so Alien Autopsy Part 1. So there's 3 parts. First of all, we actually get to use the car that we can use, which originally this is the 70 sports car, but obviously, like I said, we're using the fastest car in the game now, so this should be fun. And because it's faster, accidents are more prone with this, so I just need to take it nice and steady. That being said, watch this. I'm going to hit something now. You watch.
So is there any particular reason why you've gone at the first-person camera here?
Concentration.
Fair enough.
I suppose. Also, I can't see. Oh, that was close. Because I couldn't see what was in front of me then. I don't know. It's kind of. It makes me nervous. At the same time, more relaxed if I do it that way. So, can we get through it? It's been a while since I've driven this car. Sorry. It's like you're in the way. Sorry.
If you were ever to hit something in this car, you would probably lose toxic waste immediately because of how fast it goes.
Exactly. I don't know why it's funny, because it's a zombie, so it's like, dude, you're dead already. It's fine.
You are playing really dangerous again. It's almost at this point where you start to get a little bit dangerous with your driving.
Yes.
And end up hitting a few things.
There we go. Oh, God.
Nope.
Okay, I think I missed. Yes, I did. That was close.
So he's going to try and... What he's trying to do is he's trying to go up the ramp at a certain angle to get immediately into the tractor beam.
My car is gone and my ashtray was full of pennies.
Rip pennies.
There we go. Okay. Petty Theft Home music, once again. So a lot of the music is reused, but this is quite fun. I don't know, music in this game for me seems very nice to listen to. It just, like, some of the missions don't work properly. Like, it could do with a change of soundtrack on some missions, I think, could be swapped so that it match it more. But for what they've done, it's pretty good. Also, I should probably mention the modding scene of this game. Despite this game being, I think, 16 years old now, the modding scene of Shah, if we can call it that, Simpsons that I'm on, is still large, and recently, as much as as recently as last night, there's a guy called, I think it's Nightbane Games or something. He shows off a lot of the mods. Recently, they created like a Truckosaurus mod, so you can drive the Truckosaurus. It's a frozen statue, but it works. And there's even like mission packs. There's something called like Yellow Shift, which is no longer in development, but you can download it if you wish. There's like Yellow mod, there's Donut mod, which is the biggest one, I think. And the missions on that are like, you get to drive the cars in different... It sounds daft saying it like this, but you get to drive the cars in, like, say, different colours. And also, it'll say, like, yeah, we're going to send it to... You know, we're going to go up this way, and we're going to send you that way. So you have, rather than get, like, say... You might have to create like the ingredients for a milkshake, something you wouldn't normally have to do in the game. People have actually programmed this stuff into the game, in the mods. So it's like, yeah, Homer's day off. What does Homer do in his day off? Easy. He goes around destroying all the donut trucks, goes around every Quickie Mart in town, and to top his day off, just ends up being a general, let's say, pain to Mr. What's he called? Oh, Flanders. Flanders, there you go. Ned Flanders. I don't know why I forgot his name, though. Yeah, it's pretty good, actually.
Got a donation if you got a minute?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, right, so I wonder if the guys up at the back will be listening to this. They probably won't be, but we'll see. So we've got a $10 donation from Solid Spider Snake, spelled with a Z, because why not?
Yep.
And it says, hello ESA. Is there a mass there? First name Doe. Do we have a Doe mass in chat? Do we have a Doe mass now?
Apparently
Also,
not.
there we go.
I mean, it depends. Lots of things happen.
Okay,
Thank you for your donation.
Okay, so this coming up right now, as most people might be Surprised or not surprised to know, this is actually the last mission in the game, so I will say when time is. Now bear in mind, looking at the timer, we have about 20 minutes to spare. So I could potentially afford to screw up this mission a couple of times, but I'm going to try my best not to. Funnily enough, my PB is like a minute and a half away, and we're about 2 minutes away, so this could be pretty close.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be getting too excited though, because my PB was done legit.
Yeah.
Not done with like half completed, like a full completed save. Let's see. Okay. So the reason why this last mission is so tough is two reasons. One, obviously you've still got pedestrians. Two, you have a car with a rocket strapped to it that goes exceedingly quick for some strange reason. And three, if you get hit and run on this mission, your life is going to become a living hell. And I can't stress that enough. It becomes so hard. It's ridiculous. I think we were doing practice yesterday and I ended up getting hit and run on this mission. And I got immediately straight up owned by a police car. And I was like, yeah, that happened. Just casually. Right, so we beat the alien car. Woo! Okay, now, it's like, wait, you've got a minute to get back to the school playground? That's not enough time! It is, trust me. There's a reason for this. We have to get to a trigger point in a minute. That's all it is. It's like, you'll never get back to the school playground in 1 minute. No, you're absolutely right. We need to get near the Simpsons house first in 1 minute. I need to make sure that I don't... Okay, this is getting a bit close now. Don't hit anything. There we go. This grandpa always wins out. I'll tell you a new corn shoot. Huh? Okay, right. Please make it through the graveyard. Through the graveyard. No danger yet. Okay, right. So, we have an alien car coming up. Here we go. It's So right at the end here, we have this alien car. He actually can turn left and right. It's literally a case of, you're supposed to escape him. When I was younger and tried doing this mission, all I used to do with that was literally go, right, okay, so I need to do this. I need to make sure that I get everything right and don't do anything stupid. And yet, when I did this mission, I end up having to actually... I didn't drive towards the spaceship. I ended up going a bit different and, like, try to actually escape him. Also, time is coming up pretty shortly. So, if we're ready on time, getting close. Ready? I'll let you know when time is. And time! Do that. There you go. Half done, but it works. Hey, 150. Nice. Also, you get to see what happens in the aftermath. Yeah. We took him out! Woo! I know, yeah. Clap. There we go. So very harmless. He says nuclear waste is harmless, then this happens.
Oh, cut your fingernails.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nuclear waste does that to you. It's not like, yeah, it's just harmless, it's harmless.
I like how that arm also has a sleeve on it as well.
I know, they went all out with detail. The best thing is what he says, it's like, ow, cut your fingernails. It's like scratching. Also, rip Kangen Kodos. Also, what he mentions now, I'm going to be quiet.
Did that really happen? I thought it was a bad dream after eating too many raw hot dogs.
There you go.
No, homie. You're the town hero.
Sweet. And the ninja babysitters? Was that real or a hot dog dream?
Hot dog dream.
Hot dog dream.
Dad, your fans
Is
are
it
so-
sweet? And the ninja babysitters? Was that real or a hot dog dream? Hot dog dream.
Classic
Oh yeah,
hot dog
and
dream.
his fans are obviously the guys that wanted Kangen Kodos killed. Of course. Yeah, just get destroyed in an alien spaceship with some nuclear waste, and obviously showboats. You know, "Ooh, look at these guns. I'm Homer Simpson." Remember, kids, nuclear waste gives you extra arms. Very true. Very true. Also, it's a nice fourth wall break with this one. We don't have to sit through the game credits. No! And that's it. That is the Simpsons Hit and Run. So we're all done here. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, we're just getting ourselves set up for our next game. And while we do that, I just want to give a special shout out to our sister marathon, BSG. They have managed to ship over Rickle here for us. He is currently doing tech, and he has brought himself some kit that we are using to use these wonderful headphones. And it's really good. It's really enjoyable. Hopefully you guys have all been enjoying the marathons. That was Simpsons Hit and Run with added crash percent, because, you know, it's not a marathon without your run crashing in the way through it. It's weird. I know there's music playing, but I can't hear the music, so it's like I'm talking into the void. Oh, suddenly I hear noise. That means you guys can hear that. I should mute that. The Saturn just started. Good job, Ark. You can do tech. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But no, just so you guys are aware, we are the United Kingdom Speedrunner Gathering, aka UKSG. We are a 2-day speedrunning marathon, and we hold it 4 times a year. And we're coming to you live from the Summoners Bar in Glasgow, Scotland. We are raising money for Young Minds. They are a charity who are leading the fight for a future where young minds are supported and empowered, regardless of their challenges. Your donations are helping them to make sure young people all get the best possible mental health support and have the resilience to overcome life's difficulties. Let's have a quick look as well. We do have another bid war coming up as well. We do have Dust and Elysian Tale coming up soon. That is currently at, let me just get this sorted. Arg is good at refreshing. Too many tabs. Too many tabs. So if we just do this tab, we refresh here. So Dust and Elysian Tale blindfolded, doing the glaive level blindfolded. We are currently at $100 out of 150. We just need $50 more. That run is coming up fairly soon. We have 2 runs before that, but they're 2 short runs as well. The next runs are really short and sweet. So you have, I would say, just over an hour to try and raise $50 for that one. I know we can do it. We can do it, no problem. If you give me some terrible puns, they'll probably get read. Actually, now that I think about it, I believe Grizz is coming up next on host. If you send in, he's not here, so what we'll do is send in terrible puns, say $5 for a terrible pun, and make him read it on stream. That'll go really well. We won't tell him. Yeah, we'll watch him die inside. There you go. See, Nibs and I, we've got these terrible ideas, and I love it. But no, so we are in the process of setting up right now. Speaking of donations, we do have one coming in here. It is a $5 donation from Ice Code Sola. I think I've probably butchered that name. I apologize if I have. It says, I remember playing Simpsons Hit and Run on the GameCube when I was a kid. Thanks for the nostalgia. Too bad the game crashed halfway through, and best of luck on the rest of the marathon. But yeah, thank you very much. I mean, crashes happen. It's marathon luck. Estimates are there, so we basically tell people, what's your estimate? Worst case scenario. Things go wrong. There you go. And bam. But the guy, he handled it like a champ. Viper, absolutely amazing there. But we are just going to get set up in the game. So I'm going to drop off just now. I've been your host. Again, remember, Grizz is next. $5 donation. Terrible puns. Oh no, he's looking at me. I'm in trouble. Never mind. You know, when you're trying to do donations and you get muted by the tech guy. Recall. All right, let's start again. So we are getting set up for Puli Rula. And just to let you know, there is going to be a little bit of an issue on the screen. We're not going to see any of the color red. For whatever reason, it's decided to run off, so we're getting plenty of blues and greens and yellows, but no red. But before we get started on there, we want to give away some donations here. We've got a $25 anonymous donation. Thank you very much. And a $10 donation from Popper45. Game crashing? What is this? XCOM 2? Also, because why not? He's also put that long Welsh name that begins with Leanne Fair that I can't read, and I'm not even going to attempt it because